live from the National News Studio, Sri Lanka.
Good evening and welcome to the 9 p.m. news telecast of the prestigious channel of Sri Lanka. I'm Charita Binipurarachi.
And I'm Kenza Farooq. Let's take a look at your headlines for tonight.
The country can progress parallel to the developed countries where digitalization, says the President, while introducing the National Cyber Protection Strategy. The National Cyber Protection Operational Centre opened from today. The third nanotechnology satellite of Sri Lanka put into the orbit. Ali Roshan, who illegally poses a cow elephant, has been awarded a 15 years of rigorous imprisonment. The cow elephant confiscated. USA rejects a proposal on a ceasefire in Gaza. Sri Lanka in the Super 4 round of the Asia Cup T20 cricket tournament.
Sri Lanka's third nanosatellite named Bird's X Dragonfly was launched into orbit today. This has been created with the technical contribution of Sri Lankan engineers. This satellite was delivered to the International Space Station via SPX-33 mission launch by NASA on the 25th of August. The satellite was developed into orbit from the ISS at 2:15 p.m. Sri Lanka time, and the deployment event will be streamed live at the Arthur C. Clarke Centre. Professor Chandan Jayaratne, chairman of the Arthur C. Clarke Centre, said that the Sri Lankan engineers have established a new data transmitting system in this satellite at a cost of just $500. This will have the ability to transmit data to a laboratory even in a place without mobile towers, such as a place in the middle of Singharaja forest. In marine transport where no signal towers, this satellite will help to obtain GPS of any particular vessel to get data. This is usually a project that costs billions of dollars. However, it was achieved with the help of Japan.
කොයි ආකාරයකද යන්නේ කියන ඒවා තොරතුරු ගන්න. මේ අදයව චන්ද්‍රිකාව අපේ මුදල් පාවිච්චි කළේ නැහැ කිසිම දෙයක්. ඔක්කොම ජපානයේත් එක්ක එකතු වෙලා කරපු එකක්. අපි ඔය එක එක පරිශන වලට පොඩ්ඩක් ගියා මිසක් එහෙම මුදලක් පාවිච්චි කළා නැහැ. නැත්නම් මේ මිලියන ගාණක් යනවා.
Sri Lanka's first satellite, Ravana 1, was launched in 2019, followed by Kitsune in 2022, which was part of a multinational collaborative project. Bird's X Dragonfly marks the country's latest advancement in space technology.
President Ananda Kumara Dissanayake stated that the current government's digitalization program is designed to elevate Sri Lanka not only economically but also socially. The president made these remarks today while participating in the ceremony held at the BMICH Colombo to launch the National Cyber Protection Strategy and to declare open the National Cyber Security Operational Centre. This initiative aims to establish a secure, reliable and inclusive digital ecosystem as a significant step in the country's digital economic transformation program. The Sri Lanka Computer Emergency Readiness Team, Sri Lanka CERT, in collaboration with the Ministry of Digital Economy and with the technical support of the World Bank, has introduced the National Cyber Protection Strategy. The strategy envisioned the establishment of the necessary legal and administrative framework for cybersecurity, the creation of a skilled workforce equipped with knowledge and expertise in cybersecurity, and the enhancement of public awareness, including among school children. The National Cybersecurity Operations Centre, inaugurated today, will provide 24-hour monitoring of 37 institutions managing critical digital infrastructure. It also seeks to improve the preparedness of state institutions, strengthen the capacity of Sri Lanka's CERT, protect institutions that manage critical digital infrastructure, and foster collaboration with multiple stakeholders to create a secure cyberspace. The National Cyber Protection Strategy was formally presented to the President Ananda Kumara Dissanayake by the Deputy Minister of Digital Economy, Eranga Veeraratne. President Anrukumar Disanayake said that today marks the beginning of a significant undertaking. He noted that what's been opened is not merely a building or an office. If Sri Lanka is to pursue a strong path of digitalization, he stressed security, resilience and reliability are indispensable. The cybersecurity system inaugurated today is therefore a vital milestone in Sri Lanka's digital economic journey. Whether considering politics or the global economic trajectory, the key factor is that the country is able to rapidly absorb technological and scientific advancements, move swiftly towards the forefront of development. Conversely, states that failed to adopt these advances are increasingly left behind. The president said that they believes that the core of this crisis is currently faced by Sri Lanka. The public service has inherent a history of significant decline. Once proud of having a strong and respected public service in 1970s, the country remains trapped in the past glory while burdening with a system in decay. Through digitalization, this failing state machinery must be transformed into one that is efficient and responsive. Most importantly, the services provided to citizens must be streamlined to ensure efficiency and reliability. To deliver a satisfactory and effective public service, new systems must be established, ensuring that the benefits of this efficiency are directly experienced by the people. The president said that moreover, digitalization is essential not only for meeting human needs but also for creating new markets and economic opportunities. Through digitalization, businesses can access and capture emerging markets. Recently, successes in both public and private institutions demonstrate that such innovations have led to the creation of new markets. Therefore, digitalization holds significant importance for the business sector as well. For a country to progress economically, social must be left behind and efficient, and this is achieved through the digital economy. Rather than living a constrained life, digitalization provides tools that allow daily needs to be met freely and conveniently. Therefore, whether in public service, the business sector or among ordinary citizens, digitalization should become the central strategy of the economy. Some express concern that people might become like machines and lose their human emotions. This is not the case. Humans are naturally emotional and socially connected. The path forward lies in creating a robust network to prevent potential risks, and the network can be built using technology itself. It must continue to be developed as the knowledge gained today is generating new knowledge, driving rapid transformation. This is a dynamic process. In the past, threats could be countered by building walls, but cybersecurity is not a static wall. It must continuously confront and mitigate threats. Therefore, the president said that the national cybersecurity system is crucial for safeguarding national security, the economy and the daily lives of citizens. Appreciation is extended to all scholars and professionals who have contributed to this effort, and congratulations are offered for advancing these initiatives with ever greater strengths. And meanwhile, the 67th State Literary Award ceremony was held at the Temple Trees yesterday under the patronage of Prime Minister Dr. Haruni Amarasooriya. The ceremony was organized jointly by the Ministry of Buddha Sasana and Cultural Affairs, Department of Cultural Affairs, Sri Lanka Board of Arts and the State Literary Subcommittee. Literary work published during the 2024 was evaluated at this ceremony. Accordingly, 3 veteran artists who rendered a priceless service for the enrichment of Sri Lankan literary field were felicitated with Sahitya Ratna Honorary Award. Literary genius Somaratna Balasuriya was honoured in Sinhala medium. While veteran author M.A.L. Asmat was paid tribute in Tamil medium. Veteran author Premani Amarasinghe was felicitated for English medium. The novel Pyasara Same, written by Chandraratna Bandara, was honoured as the best novel. The short story series titled Non-Perial, compiled by Nishanka Vijayamana, was selected as the best short story book. A collection of poems titled Me Vahunu Dorajanil Koturam Shokajanakada, authored by Thaninda Galhena, secured the Best Poetry Award. 47 awards were conferred with senior and young writers in all the 3 languages. Minister Dr. Hiniduma Sunil Senavi and many literary lovers were present at this ceremony.
වසරේ හොඳම ස්වතන්ත්‍ර නවකතාව ලෙස සම්මානය හිමි කරගන්නේ චන්ද්‍රරත්න බණ්ඩාර රචනා කළ පියාසර සමය.
Minister Dr. Hinuduma Sunil Selavi said that the experts in the literary sector are a silent group that help to change the minds of the people in the positive direction. The government has realized that politics is not prevalent on money, drugs or weapons. Politics, discipline and culture only exist with us. Therefore, the government is ready to utilize it for the betterment of the country.
Moving on, Samarapullige Niraj Roshan alias Ali Roshan, who was found guilty on 2 allegations for possessing a cow elephant named Singiti without a permit, was sentenced to 15 years rigorous imprisonment today. The order has been issued by a bench of 3 Colombo High Court judges. A fine of 20.6 million rupees has also been ordered apart from the jail sentence of the defendant. The 3 bench judges also ordered the Director General of Wildlife to take steps to confiscate the cow elephant. This case has been filed during the former Good Governance government by the Attorney General against Ali Roshan and 4 other defendants under 33 allegations, including possessing, conspiring and aiding and abetting to keep 5 elephants without proper permits to the period of 2009 to 2015. The Colombo Magistrates Court ordered today to further remand former State Minister Sashindra Rajapaksa until the 22nd of this month. The case was postponed until next Monday since Colombo Chief Magistrate Asanka S. Bodagama, who is hearing the case, has gone on leave today. Accordingly, suspect Sashindra Rajapaksa has been ordered to be further remanded until that day, and the court order regarding his bail application will also be announced on the same day. Sashindra Rajapaksa has been alleged of committing an offence under the Public Property Act for criminal use of property belonging to Mahavali Authority and also committing the offence of corruption by accepting a sum of 8.85 million rupees as compensation by influencing government officials attached to the office for reparation, misusing of his official post after the Aragalaya. The main suspect, his illegal wife and the person who provided the safety for them related to the assassination of Dan Priyasad have been taken into custody. This has been done during a raid conducted at a nightclub yesterday night at Ranvala area, Kegaul, on an information received by the Crime Division Bureau of the Kegaul Division. It has been mentioned that they have stayed for 3 months at a room taken on a rent of 60,000 rupees per month. According to police, 12 grams and 700 milligrams of heroin has been recovered along with another 7 grams and 400 milligrams of ice narcotic from the possession of his illegal wife. This apart, 64 bundles of illegal fags and several elephant pearls have also been recovered. The suspects were produced before Kegaul Magistrate Sashika Mutanarachi. Police have been permitted to interrogate while in custody. The Criminal Investigation Department informed the Colombo Magistrates Court today that an extensive investigation has been commenced in order to uncover the criminal network operated by organized criminal Kehel Batra Padme when a report was produced before the Colombo Additional Magistrate Justice Lahiru Silva. The officials of the department told the court that the suspect will be under the investigation on a 90-day detention orders. The additional magistrate who ordered the case file to be kept in the safe of the court and also ordered to present the progress of investigations on the 13th of the month next in court.
Minister of Power and Energy Engineer Kumar Jakudi says that the government has acted to save the Ceylon Electricity Board from privatization. He made these comments expressing his views regarding the trade union actions started by several unions of the Ceylon Electricity Board. Minister Engineer Kumar Jakudi said that a meeting was convened on the 2nd of this month with the participation of representatives of all trade unions and discussed all relevant matters. Solutions for their problems were also arranged at this meeting. However, some trade unions again submitted some more demands in writing on the following day and resorted to the trade union action. They attempted to highlight a view that the board is to be privatized. However, the government has managed to save the board from a move of privatization. More employees were to be evicted. Now, the 4 4 major 100% state-owned companies have been set up along with 2 other companies. Stake of all these companies are under the Treasury. Under this process, the restructuring of the government has more autonomous right than it had earlier. 21,800 employees have been informed to be assigned under the 4 major companies. Those who are not willing to get this opportunity will be given a compensation ranging from 900,000 rupees to 5 million rupees. All the employees disregarding their grades are able to obtain this compensation. Some trade unions are attempting to mislead the society by spreading fake information. Out of about 42 trade unions of the board, 25 have agreed with the new terms. Even though the trade union leaders are involved in the strike, majority of their members do not support the team.
තිබුණා ඒක ඉතින් හැමෝම දැක්කත් 500ද 1000ද හිටියේ කියලා. ඉතින් ඒක තමයි ඇත්තටම ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ සේවකයන්ගේ කැමැත්ත මොකක්ද කියලා එතනින් පැහැදිලි වෙනවා.
Ceylon Electricity Employees Union also expressed views in this connection. Deputy Secretary of the Union, Jayanta Gunaratna, said that the strikes who participated at the protest fielded slogans as the CEB will be privatized and sold. It was Kanchana Vijayasekara and Ranil Wickramasinghe who wanted to sell the board by introducing the Act number 36 of 2024. It was scheduled to break the board into 12 segments and trim the 26,000 employees up to 12,000. Some trade union leaders are attempting to achieve their private gains through this trade union action. And meanwhile, the Department of Meteorology says that the fairly heavy rains of more than 50 millimeters might occur at certain places in Western and Sabaragama provinces and Gol, Mathura, Kandy and Nuwara districts. Thunder showers might occur at few places after 1 p.m. in Nuwara province and Ampara and Batiklo districts. Director General of the Department of Meteorology, Atula Karunanayaka, observed that there is a temporary shift in rains these days, which is due to several reasons. The month of September is the end of the southwestern monsoon, and the southwestern rainy season has been readjusted during such a period. This has been occurred due to the turbulent conditions at the Bay of Bengal and Pacific Ocean. With the southwestern flow of the winds across the island, the rainfall to this area fluctuates accordingly in the coming few days. Heavy rains are being experienced since yesterday afternoon and western slopes of central hills along with a thick layer of fog. According to our correspondent, vehicular traffic has been hampered at several places on Hatton, Nure Elia, Valimada Gampala and Hatton Colombo main roads. Due to this western condition, please inform the drivers to be on alert while driving on these roads. Senior geologist of the National Building and Research Organization, Vasant Senadira, said that a notice of state on alert has been issued to the Divisional Secretariat Divisions of Sitavaka in Colombo District, Ingiri and Horana in Kaludara District, the Hiovita Divisional Secretariat Division, Kotmale in Nuwara Elia District, Ratnapura Divisional Secretariat Division of Ratnapura. The residents of other areas of the country, including the upcountry area, should stay on alert during the rainy season.
Moving on, President Anil Kumar Dissanayake attended the Industry Expo 2025 exhibition this morning at the BMICH in Colombo. The President visited the exhibition stalls and engaged in discussions with participating entrepreneurs and individuals. Aiming to steer the country towards an export-oriented production economy, the Industry Expo 2025 exhibition is organized by the Ministry of Industry and Entrepreneurship Development together with the Industrial Development Board of Sri Lanka. The exhibition is being held from 18th to 21st of this month at the BMICH, representing the entire industrial sector. The exhibition features 450 stalls representing 25 industrial sectors with participation from industrialists across the country. The special highlight of this year's event is the Innovation Zone, showcasing contributions from schools, universities and both public and private sector institutions. The exhibition also includes a service stall from the National Engineering Research and Development Centre, as well as a one-stop service stall representing all state and banking institutions providing support to the industrial sector.
According to Minister Dr. Nalinda Jathisa, a considerable amount of money will be allocated by the budget next year to improve the postal service. The minister made this observation on the occasion of the commencement of the construction of the new post office building at Kalawanchikudi, Patiklo yesterday. A Grade 1 post office building is being constructed in Patiklo district after 35 years. It will be handed over to the public by December this year. This will benefit more than 9,000 people of the area. The minister also stressed that an urgent program has been implemented to modernize the postal service of this country, which has a history of more than 200 years, also to develop physical and human resources of it. Minister Dr. Nalinda Jathisa said that no funds were allocated for the postal service during the last 8 years and no recruitments were also conducted, nor the vehicles have been procured to the service. Around 23,000 of postal service staff maintained the postal service by dedicating themselves to the maximum by using their mobile phones and laptops in their residences. A modernization is required for the postal department along with the facilities, the minister pointed out. Funds have been allocated from the budget of last year and this year, and it is expected to construct 20 new post offices at a cost of 600 million rupees. The staff of the postal department should have the responsibility to transform the postal service to an efficient, dependable and safe entity within the competitive market. It should also be transformed to a profitable public service, the minister added. The newly built clinic at the Paid Ward complex, constructed at the cost of 150 million rupees at the Ashraf Memorial Hospital in Kalpune, was dedicated to the people yesterday with the participation of Minister Dr. Nalinda Jathisa. The minister officially inaugurated the physiotherapy unit of the hospital and later inspected the prison treatment service of the hospital also. The minister further said that the free health service system in operation in the country will be developed strategically according to a national plan. And moving ahead, the national mission to save the fresh waterways in Sri Lanka from invasive varieties of fish commences at the Nijia Bridge in Dadru tomorrow morning. It has been planned to conduct as an event of competition. The national television is the official sponsor for this program. This operation in Dadru tomorrow is a move to free of fresh waterways from invasive fish. The Ministry of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources and the engineering community are ready to launch this successful tomorrow.
In more local news, a pre-budget discussion was held with the stakeholders of the power and energy sector at the Presidential Secretariat yesterday. They discussed deeply the measures that should be taken to fulfill the daily increasing electricity demand in the country. The pre-budget discussion was held under the patronage of Minister of Labour and Deputy Minister of Economic Development, Dr. Anil Jayabda Fernando. It was said that there is a huge demand for power and energy sector in the process of creating a productive economy in the country, especially under the government's new program. It was stressed that therefore special attention has been focused to renewable energy sector. The stakeholders also raised their concern on the opportunities of exporting electricity. They also pointed out that excessive tax are being charged in importing goods needed to this sector. A decision was taken to have another discussion with all stakeholders in the power and energy sector regarding all these matters in the near future.
Prime Minister Dr. Hari Amarasuri has instructed the concerned sections to take steps to formulate proper evaluation methodologies and new modules in order to strengthen the religious education in schools when the Buddhist Advisory Board met for the second time. It has been also proposed to introduce practical modules for religious education parallel to the new education reforms. A proper evaluation methodology is also due to be formulated. Attention was also paid to supervise them by regional officers and regional education departments. It has also been proposed during discussions to minimize occasions where teachers who teach religion as a subject teaching other subjects by teaching religion in 20 periods as a compulsory subject. Another matter taken up for discussion was the updating the Buddhist Student Society, which is non-functional at present. Another proposal was to issue special guidelines to venerable Buddhist monks who are engaged in teaching in schools.
Minister K.D. Lalkanth says that a habit has to be formed to perform duty, neglecting personal matters during government service. According to him, a government employee is transferred every 5 years on a physiological reason. The minister commented on this participation in a get-together of Engineering Diploma Holders Association of the Department of Irrigation. The 55th annual general meeting of the association was held in Colombo today. Minister K.D. Lalkanth pointed out that duty has to be performed, setting aside personal matters, when recruited to government service. Otherwise, it cannot be termed as a government service. The employees should not resist transfers from the day they were recruited. The government service has deteriorated recently, the minister added. When a government employee is transferred, the person has to agree with it and should also follow the transferring done once in every 5 years, since there are a number of deep factors regarding transferring of them, such as bureaucracy, suppression of another service and addition to theft. The system has been formed not to keep a person at the same place for a long time. The 5-yearly transfer system is based on a number of scientific, psychological and administrative factors. An employee should make up his mind to be transferred after 5 years when joining government service, he stressed. Although there was a great recognition regarding government service, but the government servants themselves have lost that position. This has happened due to not fulfilling one's duty properly, not maintaining the dignity of the post and harassing the general public, he elaborated. The government service is now forced with the same fate that of politics. Once being a politician was a matter of dignity, which has been lost by now. The government service has to be rebuilt along with politics. Although the entire opposition is crying together, everything possible will be done to reinstate the dignity of politics by the present government.
Minister Vasantha Samarasinghe says that members of the current government has shown in the society of their accountability in declaring statements of the assets and liabilities. He made these remarks at a media briefing held in Anuradhapura today. Minister Vasantha Samarasinghe said that the government parliamentarians have acted in a responsible manner by submitting their statements of assets and liabilities. They have represented their statements for many elections, including the general elections held in 2024, 2020, 2015 and 2010 and all other types of elections. Therefore, there are not magic for the NPP parliamentarians. However, some parliamentarians have stated that their assets have been offered by parents, friends and relations, but they are unable to give the detail of the donors. Namal Rajapaksa says that he is unable to name persons who gave him the assets and he poses at present. His list of assets are even unable to be calculated. Namal Rajapaksa says that he received many of the assets as a dowry from his wife. Therefore, it should be verified whether he received all of the assets from his wife's family. There are complaints about the businesses carried out with the previous governments, not only Namal Rajapaksa but also his father-in-law. In future, many details will be revealed. Stay tuned with international news after this break.
என் அண்ணாதான் என்ன பள்ளிக்கூடத்துக்கு கூட்டிட்டு போனாரு. மழைக்கு கூட என்னோட அண்ணாவை நிறுத்த முடியல. ஏன் வெயிலால கூட அது சாத்தியமாகல. விட நீங்க தான் அண்ணா எனக்கு பெருமதியானவர்.
உங்கள் தேவைக்கான அதிகபட்ச உதவி. கமர்ஷியல் கிரெடிட் ரன்னய பொன்னான வாழ்க்கைக்காக.
Welcome back with your international stories. The United States has once again blocked United Nations call for a ceasefire in Gaza. Washington said its draft resolution failed to condemn Hamas and recognize Israel's right to defend itself, but in the other 14 Security Council members supported the text which described the situation in Gaza as catastrophic and urged Israel to lift restrictions on aid. After the vote, several countries expressed disappointment, and the Palestinian ambassador said the US move prevented the Council from playing its rightful role. Pakistan's envoy called it a dark moment, while Algeria's representative apologized directly to the Palestinian people. The UN's humanitarian office has meanwhile warned the lifelines of civilians in Gaza are collapsing as Israel presses on with its ground offensive. Thousands are fleeing as the fighting intensifies.
In more international news, a British couple who were held for nearly 8 months by the Taliban in Afghanistan has been released through Qatari mediation. Peter Reynolds, 80, and his wife Barbie, 76, were stopped on 1st of February while travelling and detained in Kabul. They were freed this week and flown to Qatar for medical checks before returning to the UK, despite having lived for nearly 2 decades in Afghanistan's Bamiyan province. The Taliban said pair had broken Afghan laws and were released after judicial proceedings, though no charges were ever disclosed. The couple, who married in Kabul in 1970, had run a charitable training program in Bamiyan for the past 18 years, an initiative that continued under Taliban approval after the group seized power in 2021. In your sports news for tonight, Sri Lanka qualified to the Super 4 stage at the Asia Cup T20 cricket tournament unbeaten.
And they won the match against Afghanistan by 6 wickets yesterday. The match was played at the Syed Cricket Stadium in Abu Dhabi. Winning the toss, Afghanistan decided to bat first. They scored 169 runs for 8 wickets in 20 overs. Nuwan Tushara claimed 4 wickets for 18 runs for Sri Lanka, and later, chasing a target of 170 runs for Sri Lanka, won the match, scoring 171 runs for 4 wickets in 18.4 overs. Kusal Mendis, playing an excellent innings, scored his 17th T20 half-century with a fine knock of 74 runs. Kusal Perera scored 28, while Kambidu Mendis scored 26 runs. Accordingly, Sri Lanka and Bangladesh have qualified for the Super 4 stage of the tournament. With this defeat, Afghanistan is out for the tournament. Now, Kusal Mendis was adjudged the player of the match, and the first match in the Super 4 stage will be played tomorrow between Sri Lanka and Bangladesh. The second match will be played on the 26th against Pakistan, while the third match is scheduled for the 26th of this month against India.
In more sports news, Dunit Velalage will leave for Dubai after paying final respects to the remains of his father to participate in the Super 4 round of the Asia Cup T20 cricket tournament starting tomorrow. Suranga Velalage, father of Dunit Velalage, passed away yesterday due to a sudden heart alignment at the age of 54. Dunit Velalage arrived in the island this morning after the match against Afghanistan played yesterday with team manager Mahinda Halanguda. Final rites of Suranga Velalage will be conducted on next Sunday.
And with that, we conclude tonight's news digest tomorrow at the very same time. And I'm Charita, Sana with Kenza. Stay safe and good night.
Good night.